I have a lot of favorite movies of all time, and some are cult favorites, but don't get the recognition they deserve, and one of my absolute favorite movies of all time is Over the Hedge, with its lovable characters, hilarious energetic animation and fantastic villains such as the Verminator. It is truly an underrated masterpiece that I still adore to this very day, and easily alongside Monster House is one of the best films of 2006. Sadly, the audience didn't agree as it got mixed reviews, and while it wasn't a box office bomb, it didn't make back enough money to greenlight a sequel, which is a bummer because there was so much more they could do with this world and characters. But thankfully we did get a sequel of sorts in the form of the tie-in video game. Whereas most tie-in video games follow the plots of their respective movies, this one doesn't do that. It acts as a sequel to the film taking place a year after the events of the original, and in my opinion follows it up in an incredibly satisfying way. Not so much that I don't want an actual sequel anymore, but enough that I can say that I sort of got what I wanted. But how does Over the Hedge accomplish what so many studios try and fail to do? Continue a story without feeling derivative or unsatisfying. Well, let's talk about why the Over the Hedge game is a perfect continuation. So like I said, like other movie tie-in games, it takes place after the movie instead of during. Well, almost. The first 4 levels reenact the entire third act of the movie, where the characters sneak into the house, get captured, and then fight the bad guys, culminating with Hammy quicksilvering and turning the traps on them. But from that point it's all original. Okay, so what's the plot for the game? Well, it takes place a year later and the Verminator has returned and gas mind control to various vermin from all throughout the tri-state area to capture other vermin and bring them back to be mind controlled in it. It's up to you to stop him and save all animal kind. The plot is very intriguing, and it completely fits onto the universe, and it raises the stakes for our hurries to stay alive and accomplish their goals. This is honestly the perfect idea for a revenge plan. If the Verminator were to return for a sequel, it couldn't surprise me if this was the plan for the supposed sequel before they scrapped it. As for the gameplay, it's your standard jump, attack and throw buttons just like all the other games. Nothing that special except for the super shoot you can use by holding down the circle or B button. You can use any character to shoot with the targeting system, and it usually hits right on point. There are also special attacks you can do by holding down the Y or triangle button. If you just simply tap either button, just do a slam, but each character has their own unique special abilities, and they are pretty useful when you're fighting a lot of enemies. As for the graphics, they are excellent. They were done by a studio called Hedge. They also did the graphics for the Shark Tale game, and like I said, top notch. The character movement is smooth and fluent, and the colors are very vibrant. They truly capture and bring the world of the movie to life in video game form. It fits right in with the movie, as a great addition to the Over the Hedge story, and the characters and the environments truly look and feel like the movie. As for the levels, they all have the same formula, but this is one instance where it works perfectly. The levels are so engaging and fun to play through and all have distinct challenges. There's one where you go to a birthday party and you have to destroy a bounce case to progress. There's one where you go to an amusement park and you have to run on roller coasters to get to the destination, one where you hijack a train, and most notably the final level where you have to sneak into the Verminator's company and save Heather and destroy his mind control machines, while also destroying his entire company. They might all be similar in their structure, but they are all incredibly enjoyable and exciting levels that make the game incredibly fun to play all the way through, which is something a lot of other movie tie-in games rarely ever accomplish. Even the Incredibles game kinda falters in this category. While it is an incredibly fun game, and it is still one of my favorites, not every level is enjoyable or even good. Heck, there's one level that I hate, but the Over the Hedge game managed to keep me interested and engaged all throughout. I was never bored a single time while playing this game, which is an extraordinary feat. As for the tracks, they fucking slap. Just like the Monster House game, these tracks complement the game and really feel like Over the Hedge. One of them is Rockin' the Suburbs, but instrumental, but all the other tracks really capture the vibe and tone of Over the Hedge and really make you feel like you're in that world. Man, something about these 2006 movie tie-in games just have so much energy and charm than any other movie released in decades before or after. I don't know how to explain it, but there is just something about them that is chill and vibrant. Also, on a side note, this game probably has some of the best mini-games of any movie tie-in game. You got RC Rally, which is just your standard racing game but still fun. This one where you have to shoot as many stuff before time runs out. It's pretty fun. And then you got what is probably the greatest mini-game of all time, Bumper Carts. It is so fun, and the smashed into each cart are so incredibly satisfying. You can play this with 4 people at the most. But unlike all the other minigames, you also play alongside the villains of the movie like Gladys, Vincent and the Verminator, which is an incredibly creative touch. If you guys are ever bored of playing Fortnite and just want an enjoyable party game to play, then this is literally perfect for that, and I personally think it would make a remastered version worth it. So overall guys, Over the Hedge is a pretty awesome game. It follows up on themes of the first movie in satisfying ways. It has a pretty clever and engaging story, graphics that are amazingly good considering this was a mid-2000s game, and it has an incredibly stellar gameplay that still has me coming back time and time again. I cannot recommend this game enough if you're a fan of Over the Hedge or just want to play a fun co-op game. This is the perfect game. It's one of the best video games based on a movie, one of DreamWorks' best video games period, and is an absolutely unforgettably fun experience. Go Over the Hedge and check it out. Anyways guys, what do you think of Over the Hedge the game? Let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you guys later.